It's Debby talking to you. My introduction is simple. I'm a little brown baby from Camden, New Jersey, as Dr. Gray alluded to. I'm a little brown baby who had a very non-traditional upbringing. I had a mother and a father. We were living comfortably, making ends meet. And one day, I sat at my mother's feet. She was on her way to a gala with my father, and I can vividly remember her saying, "Mommy," as she looked in the mirror, dressed to the nines, I know I had this small lump right here. I look up, I look down, and I empathize. My life was forever changed by that one conversation with her mother. My grandmother's response, I can still hear her calling from the kitchen. "Barbara, go out, you look amazing. Enjoy your husband. You guys are a dynamic couple. Have the best night. We'll talk about it later." Later. 2 years later, my mommy was gone. My mother died from breast cancer in 1978. Later is really important because in the 2 years that she fought so bravely, I was 9. By 11 again, let's frame it, she's gone. In those 2 years, we played games. Help me fry the chicken. Hold my hand as I sprinkle the seasonings. Okay, Mommy. Boy, I'm so thrilled, right? By the time she had gone, I could do everything that a woman could do in a house. I could stand on the box. I could pour in the detergent in the washing machine. It was all a game, right? It wasn't. We also had a lot of deep discussions that framed my mindset, that prompted me to be an incredible critical thinker. She would say, "So what is it that you would do next? How far do you think you can go? How long would that take you?" So I had sort of like a framework for thinking. And most importantly, she taught me that I could jump straight to the moon and through the moon because I just could. That's a lot of preparation in 2 years, isn't it?
Right.
Amazing, right? She was a homemaker, an average mother in the 70s, one of the best for her children, ages, at her death, 11, 9, and 2. Fast forward to college. Went away to university, had really great grades, undergrad, grad. I was asked to study abroad. Wait a minute, I'm from Camden, right? I studied abroad at Cambridge University in Cambridge, England. Imagine that. I don't have a mother. How did this happen? Fast forward to my doctorate, University of Pennsylvania, Ivy League. Wait a minute, I'm from Pollock Town, where? In Camden? Did you hear me? Does anybody hear me? Camden has been designated in excess of 5 times, nationally designated, as the highest level of poverty in the country, highest level of crime. And then there's Debby. How did I happen? I'm not supposed to happen. I am not supposed to be able to walk in rooms where no one of color is present with me, and I'm the female in the room. But I have been able to do that. Let's talk about why. This presentation, the outcomes are that we began with creating personal definitions. By the end of our conversation, you're defining who you are. For each and every one of you, that'll be different. And I can't wait to see what you generate. Personal affirmations will be created to reinforce a growth mindset. Not fixed, but growth. We're going to apply the giving yourself permission notion that I'm going to discuss a little bit more. And you're going to leave here with some actionable steps that you're going to create. We're going to begin your journey today, together. I introduced myself, right? And we're going to move on from there. Let's get busy about the work at this point. Personal definition. How do you define you? If I said to you right now, define yourself, what would you say? What makes you tick? What makes you happy, sad? What plain irritates you beyond belief? What exhausts you? Is it your mother-in-law? Is it your father-in-law? What is it? Is it your boss? What are your triggers? What sends you completely over the moon 1 to 1,030 seconds? Who or what is that? I want you to take a brief moment with the pad that you have, and I earnestly want you to define you. But I want you to do something that all of us use. I want you to pick up your cell phone for 1 minute. Indulge me, please. Access your camera and turn the screen around so that the camera is looking at you. Because what? You're defining who? You. Here's a big moment, guys. I'm not interested in what you look like in that camera. I'm interested in the definition of you that's internal. Your hair looks great, by the way. Define yourselves. Who are you? Thank you all for taking this so seriously. I am very, very grateful by the depth of concentration, and these pens are like burning holes in these pages. I love it. We should be winding down at this point. I'm going to give you about 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes to wind down. And again, thank you for your huge participation. And I thank you. And And so I'm going to do something that most presenters don't typically do, and that's, for me, means to be hugely vulnerable. I'm going to be very super transparent about me. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my personal definition of myself. And really this leads into why giving yourself permission even exists. At 50, my friend on Facebook, who was tagged, was asked to find models for a magazine that was going to launch. And if you wanted to submit photographs to be considered, please do so, and they gave you contact information. And at 50, I said, okay, I think I can do that. At 50, I thought I could do it. We're going to pause there for just a bit. I had been asked since I was 17 to be a model. People had called my father. He was like, one offer was super good, right? And he was like, going with the ladies on the phone, and she's yada da 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 da. He's going like, and I'm like, no, Daddy, no. Now, in my 17-year-old mind, I did not see myself as beautiful. Didn't see it. Did not see it. Even with my dad sort of, like, this is a real one, like, you really need to. No. All through my life, people said, you're tall, you're beautiful, you've got a body that's amazing. Me, didn't see it. Never saw it. Gave myself permission to go to these prestigious schools. I gave myself permission to excel at my career. I could see that. I could feel that. But see, remember, I'm from Camden. I didn't have Naomi Campbell walking up and down my street. I didn't have a role model to show me how to be that kind of beautiful. Not model beautiful, right? But how sad is it that at 50, I could finally hear what an entire football stadium had been telling me all of my life. I did not define my you as being beautiful. I didn't, okay? So because I did not define myself, my you as beautiful, that part of me didn't grow up until 50. Because why? I gave myself permission at 50 to do the modeling that I should have been doing all my life, right? I have no regrets. Because at 50, when I made my submission and I gave myself the permission to be beautiful, first time out the gate, I was selected at 50 to be the editorial beauty for the launch of Compulsive magazine. 3 weeks ago, I went to New York. I walked on my first red carpet as a model. I met all type of amazing people that offered me other opportunities in the modeling industry. Why now, Debbie? Why at 50? I'll be 52 in November, right? Why now? What made you at 50 say it was okay to really embrace all of you? The career you, the mother you, just every facet possible. What prompted me at 50 to do that? Something triggered me, didn't it? Something happened, yeah. At 50, it was sort of like I became empowered. I became comfortable with my you, if that makes sense to anybody in this room. I actually gave myself permission and said, Debbie, you're okay, it's okay. You're okay. I love that. You're okay, all right? I want to hear about you. And thank you for allowing me to be this vulnerable with you. Who are you? Anyone willing to share? Who are you? How do you define you? And if there isn't anyone, I understand that too, because this is an extremely vulnerable exercise. I can respect that. Thank you for being brave.
So, for my definition of me, I wrote that I'm growing and I'm learning who I am. So, one of the things that sparked my curiosity when I saw the advertisement for the conference is the fact that I am coming into myself as far as like learning who I am. I'm a mom, I'm an educator, but that's not who I am. Those are my roles, that's what I do. So right now I'm just on a journey of self-discovery and just learning like what is my true passion and my purpose of being here. I know that it's more than being a mom and being a teacher. Those are things that I enjoy and I love, but there's more. There's more to it than, than that. So my definition of me is I'm growing and learning who I am, not what I do.
Oh, that's great. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Is there anyone else?
Hi everybody, still an enjoyable day. I just put down 5 things. I put down baseball because I've been loving baseball, and baseball took me to college, paid for that. Baseball has just always been a part of my life. I'm still out there with the over 50 league on Sundays, right? So I can't give it up. And I put my faith and my family, of course. My 42-year teaching career in Camden, which I loved every minute of it. And then I put money, yeah, I like money. And parties, I like to give parties at my house. I like to go to parties, I like to party.
Thank you. Personal affirmation. Personal affirmation. Now that you've sort of explored or began the journey of defining who you are, the next step would be, and that I use, and that's gotten me to my you, is being able to find words, right? And we're doing like the turbo version of this presentation, all right? Just know that. What are the 5 words that best describe you? And I'll give you the example here for you to reflect on. I am kind, I am smart, I am sensible, and I am important. I am Zoe Martin. Yes, that's me. Let's keep it simple. Really quickly, if you had 5 adjectives to describe who you are, what would they be? Just 5. This has to be the hardest working group in all of America right now. I tell you. And to have this level of engagement this late in the day is just very, very admirable. I thank you. So we're winding down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who would like to share? Who would be brave and share? What are your 5 adjectives that best describe you? Yes? Love it. One more time, and I'm going to echo you. I don't think everyone can hear your beautiful voice. Curious, resourceful, compassionate, lover, smart. Let's give her a round of applause. Anyone else? Yes.
I don't know if you best describe me, but they're the first ones that came to mind.
Sure.
So, intelligent, creative, organized, impatient, and sensitive.
Give her a round of applause. I get it. Okay. Growth mindset. You know, everybody's sort of big on definitions, right? So here's one for you. The only one you're going to see in this presentation, by the way. The belief that skills, intellect, and talents can be developed through practice and perseverance. Practice and perseverance. That's it. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. I'm from Camden, right? Whitman Park section, right? How did I end up in Lagos, Nigeria? How did I end up in Ondo State, in a village called Ajuba? In classrooms, working with teachers, touring. How did I end up on a golf club in Lagos, Nigeria, next door to the French embassy? In theory, I should not be in those settings. I shouldn't be, am I right? Every statistic, I don't care where you get it from, says that a girl like me doesn't end up in places like those. Meeting people of that caliber just does not happen. I talked a little bit about the tapes that my mother left me, and that was before we had these fancy words like growth mindset, right? So those fancy words are growth mindset. Mommy said, you can do anything you want to do. Don't ever forget it.
Right.
Every day, I got that for 2 years. What are you gonna do, Debbie? Whatever I want to do. Does it matter how long it takes you? Nope. Who's in charge? Me. Right? So, growth mindset was set then, in 1976, in my brain in 1978. My aunt is here, her sister, Esther Gross. You want to raise your hand? She's got the other half of my brain playing tapes right now. And so I am a huge proponent of, if I see something that is not positive, it's not even before I blink my eyes, it's before my eyes blink that I've already twisted into a growth mindset, right? So everybody usually next to me is going, that's the worst thing ever. I'm thinking, not really, if you, and there's that growth mindset, kicks right in, right? Fixed mindset. I just talked about the people usually sitting around, not just me, they're sitting near you usually too. And they're saying a lot of negative comments around whatever your issues are, wherever you are. Fixed mindset says, I'll stick to what I know. Either I'm good at it or not. Growth mindset says, I want to learn new things. I am eager to take risks. Right? At the bottom, setbacks. We all have them, and we all will continue to have them. Right? It's easier to give up because I'm really not smart. I'll use another strategy. My mistakes help me learn. Growth mindset. Growth mindset. Now, let's go back to me being vulnerable. I share a quick overview of my life. In my story, who held me back? Who held me back? Raise your hand if you agree it was me. Yeah. Because I wasn't using it in that particular instance, a what mindset? Yeah, I was using a what mindset? Fixed. But in every other part of my life, I used what? A growth mindset. A growth mindset. I'm not picking on Mr. Montgomery, but I went from being a student to his principal. Right? To show you how my mommy planted really huge growth mindset seeds. It was just this one area of my life, right? And I'm using myself as this vulnerable example for you because I don't want you to be me. If you are, and I'm almost certain that each and every one of us has one area of our lives where we are Debbie, right? My enduring hope is that you stop today in this minute, right? And give yourself the permission to stop being the best kept secret. Stop giving yourself the permission to be the best kept secret. Thank you. Too often, I find, and I'm going to use me again because I know that you're in this cheerleading section with me. I'll call it the cheerleading section, right? How often have you done something, or is this a frequent pattern that you find yourself in? You go through this whole negative tape. I can't believe I did this. I should have done that. I should have this. I should have, should have. I should have. I should have. Can't believe I did it. Huh? Am I the only one? No. Now, what that does, right, is you're putting little gashes into your body, and you're slowly bleeding out. And who's doing this to you? Raise your hand if you're doing it to you. Yeah, you are. Yeah, I am. I'm here today to ask you to stop bleeding to death on purpose. Okay? I'm begging you to stop bleeding to death on purpose, right? I'm going to ask that you instead wrap yourselves in a feather. Wrap yourselves instead with a feather and give yourselves permission to be great. Wrap yourselves with a feather. Give yourselves permission to be great. Use that what? Growth mindset. If you give yourself the permission in whatever area that you wish, I can almost guarantee that you're going to give yourselves permission to win. How many of you want to win in life? You want to win, for some of you, it's you want to win in relationships, some of you want to win in careers, some of you want to win at being the best parent, some of you want to win, and you fill in the blank, right? But overwhelmingly, people don't wake up and say, I can't wait. As Bronte said, I can't wait to grow up and fail. I just can't wait to grow up and become this prostitute. Boy, mommy, I sure can't wait for that. No, yeah. When he said that, I smiled because that was a part of what I was going to say. We don't make these mistakes. We don't abuse ourselves on purpose. We do that when our resource pool or our personal development pool is low. But when we approach life through the lens of growth, you never lose. Every day is a win. Every day is a win because you're growing. You're giving yourself the permission to grow, the permission, most importantly, to fail. But when you fail, you will fail fail falling forward. You're not going to fail falling backwards. You're going to give yourself permission to fail and fall forward. When you fall forward, you're learning. When you fall backwards, it's a wrap. But after today, you're going to give yourselves permission to win, permission to fall forward, and permission to be great. I'm going to ask a question. I don't expect an answer. I want you to think internally. If you were to give yourselves permission to win, what would it look like for you? What would a win at life look like for you? The hardest working group I have ever seen in my life. These pens are tearing this paper. Love it. Love you. What do next steps look like for you? Because now you are winning at life. I have started laying the groundwork for future conferences. Remember, this was the turbo version, right? But now you're winning at life because we know, using our growth mindset, that you're never in a failing position. You're always looking for your win, even when you're falling and you failed. But you've fallen forward. What do next steps look like for you? Now that you recognize that you are what? The chief executive officer of you. You're not waiting for anybody else to define you. You're walking into your life with a smile on your face, a confidence that you've never had before, because nobody has the unique gifts that you and only you possess. Why have you not shared your uniqueness and your greatness with the world? What's keeping you from being the great you or the greatest you possible? What is that? Okay, you said it, I didn't. And for me, I'd like to end with a very extreme, heartfelt